Hey there, it's Michele Replogle, your partner in real estate from Coldwell Banker Realty. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the market and what's going on, a little bit about the fires, and then there's some price reductions. And I want to talk about price reductions a little bit and just some ideas for buyers and sellers on that. So we'll touch on that just a little bit. But let's get into the market statistics. For the Santa Cruz inventory snapshot for September 14th, keep in mind, again, from the bottom of Watsonville all the way to the top of Boulder Creek, there was 28 new listings. Out of that whole area, 28 new listings. And that brings us to a total of 208. Can you imagine? 208 houses for buyers. People who are moving up, people who are moving down, people who have to divide their household. It's just not a lot. Pending and contingent is 57, so that means 57 are in contract. Pending can be they're just about ready to purchase that house. Contingent is they just got into contract and they're doing their loan and they're doing their investigations in the property. Transaction fell through 5. It's a little high. We're usually about 2 to 3. Sold is 31. It's good. It's not great. Expired and canceled is 5. That's just no longer on the market. Seller changed their mind. 5, that's about normal. And active inventory again, 208. But there was 14 price reductions. And that's a little bit much. So let's talk about price reductions. So let's start with buyers. Buyers, you see a price reduction and your first thought might be, what is wrong with that house? It just wasn't worth that price. Well, there's a lot of factors that go into price reduction. So let's talk about them. So the first one is, you know what? The pictures aren't that great. Doesn't show it in the best light. I have seen pictures of the back of the house. I've seen pictures of toilets. I've seen pictures of couches that nobody should own. I have seen the craziest pictures. Now, granted, it's gotten a little bit better in the last couple of years. I've only been doing this for 16 years. But marketing overall has a lot to do with price, and we'll get into that in just a minute for sellers. But for buyers, there's opportunity in that. I always tell people, look for that listing. Maybe it's got the location you want. Maybe the house doesn't look that great, and you drove by, still not that great, and the pictures are horrid. But make an appointment, check it out. You just never know. I mean, that one might have an amazing backyard and tremendous potential, and it's just gotten a price reduction. Besides marketing, there could be something wrong with the house, and everything's fixable. There's some stuff that isn't, and I mean, I've seen some houses that have been on the market for, I'm not kidding you, 6, 7, 8 years because of their problems, no matter what their price was. Like, that's really rare. Everything is really fixable. It is. So don't let that deter you if it's got a lot of other things that you're looking for. Sometimes the price is just too high. It just came on too high, or it came on right before a holiday weekend and nobody was just really interested in looking, or it came on a Wednesday and by the time the weekend came on, there was a lot of other listings that came on and just kind of pushed that one aside. Timing is a lot of real estate, and people try to time the market, and I've seen so much on that. We'll talk about that later. Now listen, for sellers, we talked to you about price reductions, and here, maybe you didn't price it right to begin with. That's okay. You can lower it. And sometimes even lowering it just a little bit will bring in that buyer that was like, this looks interesting, but a little bit more than I want to pay. Or, the location's not so great, and I don't know if I want to pay that for that location, even though you love it. It's your favorite neighborhood. That's where you've been for a long time. The pictures aren't great. So maybe a little price reduction and a few new pictures, it could make all the difference. Or taking it off the market for a while and coming back on. That's another way to kind of recharge the listing. Price reductions fall into lots of categories. Sometimes a house just doesn't hit right. And real estate is not anything that anybody really knows everything about, no matter what they tell you. There's people like myself and a lot of other great agents in town that have a lot of experience, and we've seen a lot. But boy, we'll sell a couple houses a year that we're just like, we had no idea how popular it was going to be, or we thought it was a great house, and we can't understand why nobody wants this house. So anyway, it's Michele Replogle signing out. Just my 2 cents on real estate. Call me, email me, subscribe. I will keep you updated and just give you my unasked for opinion on real estate. Thanks. Bye.